What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a super quick video, but this is a mod that I've been kind of thinking about doing for a while now and never really pulled the trigger for a couple reasons, but we're going to talk about that, so stick around. Make sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so as you already know by the thumbnail and the title of the video, in today's video I'm going to be installing a K&N air filter on my truck. So I don't really consider this a mod, it's more of just maintenance. However, it is kind of a little bit of an upgrade, as some would probably say. For me, I'm not so sure if it's an upgrade, honestly, but today's video I want to find out if it is. So just for a little bit of context here, in the past, on past vehicles, I have had cold air intakes, I've done upgraded filters, but I've never done the K&N upgraded filter, and I've heard good things about it, but I've also heard bad things about it, so I've kind of just stayed away from it. But for whatever reason, I decided to go with it on my Tacoma. I wanted to give it a shot and see if all the bad stuff I was hearing about it is truly bad, or if it's perfectly fine for the truck and actually an upgrade. So when it comes to the K&N air filters, there's a bit of controversy about whether they actually do their job properly and filter enough of the contaminants before letting the air into the engine. You know, all this talk about the high flow air filter, it lets in 50% more air, all of that mumbo jumbo. It kind of makes sense if you think about it that, you know, if it's letting in more air because it's more free flowing, then it's probably letting in more contaminants. So that's kind of the reason that I've stayed away from it as of yet. But I do want to go ahead and give it a shot today and just see if it really makes a difference, if I notice. And I figured if there's any vehicle on the planet that will survive a bad air filter, it's the Toyota Tacoma, the indestructible Toyota reliability. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. All right guys, so looking at the box here, obviously they're advertising the 50% more airflow, kind of like I was mentioning, and that's kind of how they can claim these increased horsepower and acceleration. So it kind of makes sense, right? You know, the whole thing about cars and intakes is you want as much oxygen getting into the engine as possible to combust and create more power. So the more air you have, the more power you can get. That said, products like this are kind of suspect because they're technically letting more air in, which is probably letting in more contaminants because it's not filtering as well. So a lot of people kind of don't trust these because of that, and I've typically been one of those people. But like I said before, if there's any vehicle on the planet that's going to survive this, it's that dang Toyota Tacoma. So we're going to go ahead and get it installed today and see if it makes a difference with sound. Maybe if it sounds better, if it feels better, whatever. The butt dyno is going to be in full effect today. By the way, guys, this filter is a little bit more expensive than a typical air filter for the truck, and that's because it's washable and reusable. It says up to 50,000 miles. I don't think I would go 50,000 miles without changing it or washing it at least, but I'm hoping it gives me a little bit more life than my past air filter, which you're going to see in a minute. And I just wanted to preface this video before I dive into the truck by saying the engine bay of my truck is completely filthy, and I already know my air filter is going to look kind of insanely dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood and we'll see what it looks like. I think because of how dirty my air filter is right now, any air filter is going to be an upgrade, especially this K&N one. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so as you can see here, my engine bay is ridiculously muddy and dirty. I'm definitely going to need to clean it before I take it in for my 25,000 mile service with Toyota. Over here is the air box, so I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up on the tripod, and I'll show you guys how to change the air filter real quick. Super simple, super easy process, takes like 10 seconds, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so to take out the stock air filter, it's just these two clips right here, and you just kind of push them out and then pull from the bottom up to unlatch, and then you can go ahead and lift up and take out the air filter. As you guys can see, my air filter is absolutely filthy. It looks muddy and almost like some water got in, so this is definitely not good. I should not have been driving this long with my air filter like this. Definitely going to be a little bit more proactive in the future about changing my air filter out, or I guess washing this new one. So yeah, definitely not good. Don't follow my example here. By the way, here's what the air filter looks like when you open the box. It's in a bag filled with a ton of oil. Not sure if you can see that, but It's going to be a little bit messy on the hands getting it in there, so hopefully it's all right. It doesn't look like this thing is actually oiled too much. It almost looks like just the outside is, which is kind of interesting. All right, so now I'm going to drop in the super oily K&N air filter. Very, very oily, but that's good because the oil is what actually catches the dirt. So let's go ahead and get this in. Alright guys, so the new filter is in the truck. We're going to go ahead and go for a quick test drive real quick just to see if there's any difference in the sound when getting on the gas. I pre-recorded a couple of clips of the stock intake, so hopefully those came out okay and we can kind of compare them, but bear with me because it never sounds as good on video as it does in person. So I'll let you know if it sounds any better or not. Alright, so I'm going to get on the gas a little bit here. This is the stock intake, so nothing special. Alright guys, so this is the K&N air filter with windows closed. I'm gonna go ahead and get on it, see how it sounds. By the way guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure to slap a like on this video if it's of any use to you or you enjoyed it. Truly helps out the channel a lot and I appreciate it if you do. Thank you. Alright guys, so I just got back from the test drive. I did the sound comparison before and after. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. In my opinion, it didn't make much of a sound difference at all. I didn't really notice it feeling any more, aggressive on the acceleration or anything like that. Maybe as I drive it a little bit more, I can update and tell you if it did make a difference or not. But right now, it didn't, and I didn't think it was going to be quite honest. So I'm not very surprised, and I'm also not mad about it. Alright guys, so that said, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you haven't already, like I said, drop a like, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.